see how much nicer he is.
Okay. I'm a lovely person now. Okay, so next up we have someone who has featured here before. She's really, really brilliant. Fikayo! Thank you!
Hi. Since Facebook's been popping up memories, I thought I'd do something from memory. I wrote this in a rush for my first spoken word performance, and I hope it's better than it was the other day. I don't know if it's a spoken word piece or a prose poetry or just a story, but here we go. I swear cherries will be the death of me. Feet rooted to the floor, swaying to the 12 p.m. winds like a jobless tree limb shining in the May sun. How can any man resist the sight of a blooming cherry tree, especially when the cherries are free? Not exactly free. The tree belongs to my neighbor, but its branches and its bloody cherry goodness belongs to me. It leans across my Hallgate-covered white fence, seducing me with its blooming bright colors. How can I resist a sight so magnificent? No saint can resist it, and I ain't no saint. I'm in fact the baddest of all sinners. Pardon my terribly bad English, but if you taste these cherries, oh goodness, you will speak in tongues. My tongue have tasted this cherry, and I'm not giving up, not so easily. Let me tell you how deep we are. Maybe you would understand. We are not just star-crossed lovers. We are lovers crossed in stars, embedded in the soft belly of the cloud, roots deep into the heavens. My love for cherries made me believe the rainbow is not just a parade of colors, but a reflection of the beauty of diversity. That the light at the end of the tunnel is not the flashlight of a rapist, but the headlight of an orphan about to discover a buried fortune while tracing his parents' last step. When everyone thought I was crazy, Cherry was there for me. With lovers, friends, and families gone, she came out every summer. A redhead instantly delighting my soul and tantalizing my spirit, and I, in turn, dwell in its bosom, making sure my cherries lived a fruitful life in my belly. But cherry isn't always nice to me. Well, there's no perfect being, right? Sometimes when I pluck that perfect cherry, I find that a wriggly, tiny creature has beaten me to it, sitting there smugly enjoying my cherry. How can my cherry betray me like that? Opening up her inner core for some ugly, wiggly creature to devour. Those times I go days without touching another. That's really not true. My hunger only lasts some minutes and I'm back to pour my cherry in a glass of a dirty martini. She dances and strips on the tip of my glass and we are cherryly drunk. Every jobless afternoon was spent in the open arms of my cherry tree, with a glass of white wine and a bottle of something stronger by the side. Mountains, valleys, and lilies are more than flowers. There was no judging. It was just me and the cherries. Till I found a perfect cherry and I could not judge the distance between the cherry and the fence. Then it was I, my housemates, and the ambulance crew. They told me I was lucky, for it could have been worse, so I learned a valuable lesson. To pay more attention in class. That's where they teach you how to measure distance. It sometimes gets boring in the arms of cherry tree. Let's face it, there's not much you can do while drinking a glass of dirty martini and eating cherries. So my inner observer came out and I realized I had a perfect view of my neighbor's kitchen. Who would have thought? The kitchen is painted red, and I guess it makes sense. If you have a cherry tree in your backyard, you would want to paint it red. You won't want the colors to clash. Sorry. Okay. Some would say I picked a terrible day to look into my neighbor's kitchen. Because he was butt naked with a woman, I guess. I guess they were both butt naked. There was a lot of butts moving around and a lot of smashing. And a lot of things I would like to forget. I guess he wanted me to forget it too, so he called the police. And there I was trying to speak with a mouthful of cherries and a plate of cherries behind me. I did explain that I didn't see anything, except, of course, the tattoo on his butt. It was a picture of a woman looking into the cracks. Well, things got out of hand, and I gained a new piece of jewelry, sterling silver it was, and a ride back to a far land. As I lay twisted in pain of what could have been, and all I could think of was my cherries. And the cat that sometimes comes around. I don't even know if cats eat cherries, but I'm sure that cat would, if only to annoy me. That pussy eats me, I tell you. So when my father said, what can we do to make this transition easier? I said, plant me a cherry tree. Oh, I swear. You swear what? He asked. I'll refuse to marry and give you grandbabies. That always gets them. Let me just warn you that a child is never too old to get an old school beat down from folks in Africa. So now, instead of bouncing, shoving my CV down board receptionist throats and looking for an elusive job in a media house, I'm walking around the streets of Lagos in Nigeria, entering all these superstores looking for cherries that might have followed me back to the land of the afternoon tea. Thank you.